Cannabis Business Minds, we train and mentor professionals, entrepreneurs, and aspiring entrepreneurs on how to confidently find their place in the legal cannabis and hemp industries. Come on and join us at cannabisbusinessminds.com.
Cash flow, my friends, cash flow is so important in any business. But when we think about a cannabis business, it is one of the biggest metrics, right? And so if you want to build any profitable business, cannabis or outside of the cannabis industry, this is something that you want to focus on is your cash flow. Your cash flow isn't your revenue. Revenue is how you sell, right? So if you sell for whatever you're selling, that would be considered revenue. Cash flow is the difference of timing of when you actually receive payments from your sales and when you actually pay your expenses. The game is to maximize your cash flow. Cash flow doesn't necessarily mean wealth for you and pocketing in that money. No, cash flow is just a really great indicator because it is liquidity. Why is that important in the cannabis industry when we know it's harder to take out loans? Because it's either if you have to go through, I wanted to say a loan shark, but you have to go through companies that have really high interest, which we don't want to do. You would have to maybe do a friends and family ask, which is pretty freaking hard. You'd have to maybe go the capital raise, which takes a lot of time and strategy and building a team and money just behind that. So there's a lot of things that you'd have to do even just to get money if you needed it. So cash flow, having cash reserves, having, 6 months of being able to have operating expenses or 3 months would be like a very, very minimum is really, really needed. So when you think about how do you master cash flow, you master cash flow by having your profit system set up. So having all of the accounting infrastructure automation in place, having really good terms with customers and with understanding kind of how you're doing, working with vendors, having a very clear understanding of the taxes and what is related to when you have to pay it, who you got to pay it to. So it just doesn't bite you in the butt because it can easily bite you in the butt. And on the flip side, when we think about revenue growth, which is a big driver of cash flow, right? Because when we think about cash flow, it is money in, money out, money in, money out. Well, if you don't have income coming in and all you have is money coming out, you are going to be in a negative cash flow position pretty quick. So it's important when we think about our cash flow, yes, from all those proactive things that we can do from building the financial foundation to also improving our sales and improving our marketing. So it is this real combination of CEO activity, CFO activity that will help you build something. And I would love for you to join me in our finance mentorship, which is this combination of profit activities, cash flow activities, finance activities, but sales and marketing activities, right? So it gives you the whole business equation of areas that you can do today in your business to start driving more cash flow. This is an annual membership. It is super affordable. It is the best in the market, and it will give you tactics that you can start implementing, in your business real time, all focused on helping you build cash flow. So make sure that you head on over to cbmnetwork.com to check that out. Also, the link is over here.
Thanks so much for listening to this week's show. Please subscribe wherever you get your podcasts. And if you enjoyed this, leave us a 5-star review. Make sure that you share this episode on your social media and tag us in the Instagram stories. You can find us wherever you go on social media. Just look up Cannabis Business Minds. Have an idea for the show or something that you want to talk about? Shoot us an email at podcast@cannabisbusinessminds.com.